Danger! Hyper combo KO! You win! So,
You picked Ryu. So I've been sitting here trying to think, how I'm gonna do this intro for Ryu? Like, what am I gonna talk about? Then another side of me is like, it's Ryu. People who don't even play fighting games know who Ryu is. Like, it's Ryu. Like, it's an 80% chance when you think fighting games, he's like one of the first characters you think of. Cause he's just been everywhere and he's that generic of a character. Not saying that's a bad thing. He's like the staple of a decent fighting game character, and which is why we're here now. But my brother chose to pick the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 version of Ryu, and on paper he's one of the best Ryus, but sadly in this game he's one of the worst characters. As Ryu, your job is to sit there, do footsies, and have fundamental abilities, but sadly in the Marvel vs. Capcom game, having fundamentals don't mean squat when you got people like Virgil out there. But yeah, all in all, again, Ryu isn't that bad of a character. It's just that, again, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has some busted characters. Like, here, look at this.
level maximum! First attack! Air combo! Crazy!
See that? Touch of death for Ryu, no problem. But the problem is, everybody else can do it, and a lot of people can do it a lot easier. So Ryu's two unique normal moves is his forward heavy and his forward medium. So with the forward heavy, it's just an extension, so now usually people do light, medium, heavy. He can do light, medium, heavy, forward heavy, which is pretty good. That extra hit can go a long way. And then his forward medium, which is his overhead punch that he has in almost all his games, is a good overhead. You can even cancel it into a launcher, but the problem with this game is advanced blocking. So you can't even really mix up. You can't go to a crouching low kick to an overhead, because all they're gonna do is advance block you and push you away from them, and now you're wide open because that thing has a lot of startup and so yeah, you're just wide open. So his overhead is kind of pointless in this game. Even if you jump in, kick to overhead, push block. You slide in, low kick to overhead, push block. People are going to push block unless you are completely new to this game and don't know what push blocking is. Have it up. But against anybody else, you're gonna get push blocked and they're gonna be like, nah, I'm not having that. So, as you all know, Ryu is a Shoto character. And if you don't know what that means, hi, I'm Slick Tactics. Welcome to the FGC. Nice to meet you. I will do a better synopsis of Shoto characters, but this is gonna be a quick rundown since Ryu is the first and original Shoto character. First, we have the Fireball. It's a simple projectile that goes across the screen. The problem is with this, beam characters with multi-hitting projectiles just eat that shit. So yeah, don't ever try to zone somebody out with a fireball because it will get snuffed out. At least with Morgan and Akuma, they can jump and shoot a diagonal fireball, so they're out of the line of fire. But Ryu can only shoot straight, therefore people like Dr. Doom, Iron Man, Taskmaster, or again, anybody with a multi-hitting projectile is just gonna say, get that crap out of my face. Next up is his Soryugen, which is a pretty good anti-air in Street Fighter. The problem with this game, you can block in the air. So if you try to do a Shoryugen and it gets blocked from an air, you're gonna come down and get punished. So yeah, tend not to actually use Shoryugen unless you know they're gonna come down with a punch and you can just hit them with the Shoryugen. But there's more safer options than throwing out the Soryugen, so don't do that. Next is his Tatsumaki Seppuku. I probably said that wrong. I'm not even gonna practice it. No cuts, raw tape. Some line like shit. This video's been edited like crazy. But anyway, his tornado kick is a multi-hitting tornado kick you usually would see as a ender and an air combo that go into his super Hadouken. But other than that, you probably won't see it that much, except for his air light tornado kick. I was gonna call it a Hadouken. His air light tornado kick is usually his good starter for a combo. As you see right here, when you do it, knocks him for a stun rate, and then you can go to your bread and butter combo. Another thing I like about the Tatsumaki in the air, when you jump backwards, it makes him go back forward a little bit, which means some people will think they're safe on wake up and will move, so then you can catch them without blocking. So yeah, there's that. So all in all, those are his three moves. But Luckily, in the Ultimate version, they gave him a little bit more moves. Like, for example, now he has a multi-shooting Hadouken, but again, it gets snuffed out by beam attacks. And he has a chargeable one that causes a wall bounce, but the charge takes a little long time, and it's kind of hard to catch it in a combo. Unless you got a good assist, a long lingering assist to allow you to chain combos with that. And then he also has the Hado Soryugen, which makes him completely invulnerable, which is pretty decent, because while he's charging, you can't hurt him at all, which is pretty good. And I forgot about this one, the Donkey Kick, or whatever they call it. Basically, it's a super side kick that does a wall bounce, and depending on light, medium, heavy, that's how far he'll bounce. Like, for example, light, he'll barely bounce off the ground. Heavy, he'll bounce halfway off the screen, and medium, he'll bounce off a quarter off the screen. So yeah, those are good for combo extends. Just remember which one you do where you're standing at. If you do the light one and your back is against the corner, you're not gonna be able to get over there in time to extend the combo. So make sure you know where you're positioned at so you can catch that combo. Okay, now his supers. He has the single Hadouken, which is basically a Kamehameha. You'll usually see this at the ender after the Tasamaki spin kick in the air. That's his bread and butter. That light, medium, heavy, launcher, bop, bop, spin kick, hit him 5 times, bam, Hadouken. You're gonna see that a lot with Ryu. That's his bread and butter. It's a pretty good super. And his other super is a super version of the tornado kick where he just rapidly spins around. Now, they both do about the same amount of damage, but the thing is, the Hadouken goes better with the tornado kick ender. So you're barely gonna see the tornado kick super unless he does a extended combo where he needs to do that. And even so, with that option, he'll still probably do the Hadouken. Because again, they're both kind of the same thing. They do the same amount of damage. Now, his level 3, his Sensoryugen. It's pretty good. It does a fair amount of damage, but a great thing about his level 3 compared to some of them, he can continue the combo. You can either use an assist to get him off the ground to extend the combo just a little bit longer, or you can just hit him with a single Hadouken. So yeah, his 3 you can combo afterwards, which makes it pretty okay. So now his additional super now is Awakening his Inner Hado. He has it installed in Ultimate version, which is okay. Problem is, the only thing it do is buff his other 2 supers, which I find weird. Like, usually installs make you, I don't know, stronger, faster, or a better character, like Dante and Virgil. But for Ryu, all it does is make his single Hadouken bounce off the wall, and it makes his tornado kick a literal tornado kick. They do a lot more damage, but again, that's the only thing this install does, which is weird because most installs do a lot more than just that. But all in all, it's not that useful. I use it to cancel supers, like the donkey kick, then cancel into it so that you can have a stronger ender. But yeah, that makes basically your level 1 a level 2 super. But all in all, I would not recommend doing it unless you have like max meter. If you have a lot of meter to spare, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But if you don't waste your time on it. Ryu is never a bad character. He's usually always mid-tier everywhere he goes. But when it comes to the Versus series, especially the Marvel vs. Capcom series, he's usually frowned upon because Shotos on paper are not really good for these games. Like, again, there's multi-hit projectiles, which stops his projectile. Shoryugens can get air block, which makes them very extremely punishable. So all in all, as a character in the Versus series, he's pretty bad, but it's a Versus series, so he still is good if you can catch the combo. Because as you saw, I did a touch of death with him. You can do a touch of death with almost everybody in this game. But again, there's people way better than him. Virgil will sit there and cross you up until he can catch the catch of death. But Ryu struggles even starting the touch of death because he would get push blocked. So yeah, if you know the fundamentals, he's still a decent character. And if you're not playing pro players, I'll still recommend him. Shoot, I still use him every now and then. He's a fun character. He's fun to play as. It's just that if you are feeling like you want to go in tournaments, don't pick Ryu. All in all, Ryu is a decent character. Just, there's people better out there with him. And I'm not even gonna do none of those Soryuken puns or Hadouken puns. We've heard enough of those in the FGC. So, this has been your boy Slick. Peace! Marvel lives! Funny how convenient that I do this. Like, I didn't even know about the Marvel tournament as I was working on this video, and this would have came out sooner, but I thought about doing a Ryu rap, but then I start taking too long, and I felt very self-conscious, like, oh my god, what if people hate this rap? Scrapped it, and so now here we are, because this is definitely supposed to be out Tuesday. Then it was supposed to be out for Thanksgiving, but now here we are. I'm sorry. Slick Tactics, out.